Hi, this is Joel recording for Gadgets Plus, and I'm here with Motorola, and they're debuting the Atrix, Atrix 4G, and here I have Rick who will explain more about the product for you.
Hi. Yeah, today we're talking about the Atrix. It's actually what we're calling the world's most powerful smartphone, and we say that for several reasons. One, the speed of this is incredible. We've got the world's first dual-core processor in here, so while many smartphones have a 750 megahertz or gigahertz processor, this actually has two 1 gigahertz processors running simultaneously, so faster, and actually helps battery life because you can shut down one of the processors when it's not being used. It also runs on the HSPA Plus network, like AT&T's 4G HSPA Plus network, and it has a gig of RAM. So up to 4 times more RAM than you'll actually see on other smartphones. It actually helps, like a laptop or desktop computer, run much zippier and much faster. Between the processor, the network, as well as the RAM, this is an incredibly fast phone. It also is improved resolution, where this is the first QHD display. QHD, the HD standing for high definition, measures in at 960 by 540 pixels in a 4-inch display, so that users can see a lot larger display in a lot higher color depth, at 24-bit color depth. We also improved the resolution of the camera, so it's an HD camera on the back here. You can film in HD and view in QHD on the front, so that those moments never pass you by and you can look at them again and again. And then we also have a camera on the front, which is a VGA camera. So dual camera, and on the back, one other thing we have here is a power button that doubles as a fingerprint sensor. So instead of actually having to type in a 4, 6, or 8-digit PIN code or do a pattern, you now just simply have to swipe your finger once and you're in making your phone call fast. So it's convenient and secure. Yeah, we also have the security of Moto Blur as well. So if you happen to lose your phone in a cab, you can go onto the internet, log in, and see where your phone is driving away at 50 miles an hour, and you can erase it. And you could, if you have to buy a new phone, with one username and password, thanks to Moto Blur, all of your connectivity to your email, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Exchange, your news feeds, your home screen, all comes rushing right back with just one username and password.
Is Moto Blur an additional feature, like for digital purchase, like service, or is it included with the phone?
It comes included with the phone, yeah. So that's just how the phone itself is incredibly powerful from a specification standpoint. The other thing that makes it incredibly powerful is the WebTop application, which we're talking about here. So, as a business user, a lot of people have a desktop computer or a laptop computer. What this does or all three. Yeah. What this does is actually redefines that mobility and convergence integration. I can take this and stick this into this HD dock from Motorola, and this will actually offer me choices of what I want to launch into. I can also click remember my selection, so that it always behaves the same way in this particular dock.
Sorry, just one second. Can we get a view of the back here?
Sure, go ahead.
Want to zoom in?
Yeah, it's got an HDMI port, 3 USB ports, a power port, and an audio out. So you can stick this next to your bed and play stereo music, or simply use it as a charging station, and all the way up to using keyboard, mouse, and even if you want to stick in up to a terabyte drive, it can act as a mass storage device for this. So again, I'll go in and I'll select the Motorola WebTop application here, and this will boot up into a full computing environment. So what you'll see is, on the left here, I have my Android Atrix smartphone interface. This is the exact same interface I was showing earlier in the demonstration, and I can interact with this just as I would my smartphone as if it was in my hand. I can go and I can launch any of the hundreds of thousands of Android applications available. It will rotate, it will grow, it's resizable. I can even expand it to full screen if I wanted to play Angry Birds in full screen and look at some really big Angry Birds. You can see, not only do I need work on my Angry Birds implementation, but I also can minimize this and use it for, a quick office applications. If I want to look at a spreadsheet or PowerPoint, I can do that as well.
Now, just to clarify at this point, this is not a computer. This is. Everything we see here is being run, processed, and rendered by this device right here. And
that's a really important point, because it's because of the dual-core processor, because of the gig of RAM, because of the up to 48 gigabytes of storage that you can have on this device. So that's 16 gig on board, and then you can put in a 32 gig card. That this is your computer. This is nothing more than a docking setup. So that's the smartphone interface side of it. On the right-hand side, you're going to see web interface that is powered by Firefox. It's a full computer-grade Firefox browser. It's not a mobile browser. It's a computer-grade 3.6.13 Firefox browser. It will actually allow me to go into multiple applications if I wanted to look at my email, if I wanted to look at my calendar, or like any computer, if I wanted to go and simply tab through any of the applications that I'm using at that point in time. I can watch YouTube, I can go and I can look up new websites or information and have this all running simultaneously. Now, this is while I've got this computer, this smartphone side running, I could go in and I could make a phone call, and I have a phone interface that pops up over here. Now, this turns into a speakerphone, so I can be talking to it, or I can use a Bluetooth headset as well. So right now, I'm going to answer the phone so that we can actually show how I could then go back in if I want to continue playing Angry Birds, or if I want to go back and check my email or read my news. This actually allows me not to have the phone interface up. I've got the 3 buttons up here where I can mute, end, or go back to the phone interface if I want. So it allows me to be on a phone call, be doing my email, be looking at anything from, say, YouTube to Facebook to Flickr for both personal and professional needs.
Is the computer interface also Android-based, or is that proprietary?
This is the Motorola web top application, so that is an application we built on top of Android.
Is there any limitation to the types of apps? Like, for example, would any Android app be able to work on the web top, or would it have to be used through the mobile phone interface?
That would be on the mobile phone interface. You know, you could use any type of web application that supports Flash or plugins. So Mozilla or Firefox support plugins. That would work on this side. But yeah, that would be the side where you would run any type of Android apps and expand it to full screen.
And do you know if Motorola plans to release apps for the web top application in the future, like for download? Or
this is really all we're talking about right now. But yeah, there's a lot of power in here existing just right out of the box.
Everyone uses the web for everything these days.